Let me tell you some of the things that brought her into deliverance. Number one, depression. This is a generational depression throughout her mother's bloodline. She could look back from her mother and from multiple other people in her family that experienced depression. They were on medication. It was just like this black plague over them. It was a generational curse. And it would go from person to person. Sometimes it would skip a person, but then it would show up in someone else. Now, she battled with depression for 15 years. Once she had her children, suicide stepped in, and she started battling suicide. She was on medication, depression medication, for 15 years. The medication she was on, she was taking 2 forms of depression medication and anxiety. And the cost of this was $700 every 90 days. So it was not only tormenting her, but it was costing her a fortune. The doctor said, you will never be able to get off of this medication. It's the only way that you will be able to function in life. We had to cancel those words, by the way, from the doctor. We had to cancel the diagnosis right before we casted the demons out. The demons came out, and she began to pray after her deliverance because she knew they had left. She prayed and asked the Lord, can I get off my medication? We as a ministry will never tell someone to get off of medication. We will say, if you decide to get off medication, wean off of it with a doctor's approval. And so that's exactly what she did. She began to wean off of it. And within months, she was completely weaned off of her medication that the doctor once told her she was never going to be able to get off of. She weaned off of it and never needed it again. In fact, this story that I'm telling you happened many, many years ago. And in fact, this person, I still keep in touch with this person, and they never got back on their medication, and they're living a free life with that. The other 2 things that were really serious that she was set free of was addiction. She was drinking upwards of 5 glasses of wine every single night the moment she put her kids down. As a Christian, it was convicting her heart. The Holy Spirit was convicting her heart. But she didn't want to do it, but she didn't know how to stop. So we went after addiction. We went after the spirit of addiction, and we went after alcoholism. The spirits came out through yawns and tears. I know, as crazy as that may sound. And she never drank or had a desire to drink alcohol again. Number 3, gluttony. By the way, gluttony is a very common spirit in America. She got delivered of gluttony, and 3 to 4 months after gluttony left her body, she was down 38 to 40 pounds. Tax on another 6 months, she was down 60 pounds. She was so radically delivered that she ended up coming in and working for the ministry for several years. She was just such an incredible example and testimony of what deliverance can do in a person's life.